Hello and welcome to the channel, where today we're stepping back into one of the darkest chapters in modern history, the Jeffrey Epstein saga, and the latest batch of photos just released by House Democrats is reigniting every question we've ever had about who really knew what. December 18th, 2025. The House Oversight Committee drops 5 more images from Epstein's estate, part of the staggering 95,000 plus photos and documents they've been combing through since the Republican-led panel subpoenaed everything. These aren't random snapshots. They're glimpses into a world where power, wealth, and depravity collided for decades. And once again, the names are staggering. Bill Gates posing with a woman whose face is redacted, Noam Chomsky on a private jet with Epstein, a Ukrainian passport with female notation, a chilling screenshot of a text conversation discussing sending girls, with detailed descriptions of age, height measurements, and travel plans, and a woman's foot with a handwritten quote from Lolita, Nabokov's infamous novel about a predator's obsession with a 12-year-old girl. The committee's ranking Democrat Robert Garcia didn't hold back. These disturbing photos raise even more questions about Epstein and his relationships with some of the most powerful men in the world. We will not rest until the American people get the truth. The Department of Justice must release all the files now. Republicans on the committee fired back, cherry-picking photos to create a false narrative about President Trump. But here's the thing. These images aren't about Trump this time. They're about a web so vast it ensnared philosophers, tech titans, and political heavyweights, all orbiting a convicted sex offender whose crimes were enabled by silence and access. Let's talk about what we're actually seeing. The Chomsky photo, the world's most famous public intellectual on Epstein's plane, chatting philosophy with a man who trafficked teenage girls. Gates, the billionaire philanthropist who admitted meeting Epstein multiple times post-conviction, later calling it his huge mistake that gave the monster credibility. The Ukrainian passport? Another layer of mystery. Whose was it? The text exchange? A cold, transactional conversation about trafficking women. 18Y old, Schengen area, departure city, with redactions hiding names but not the horror. And the Lolita quote on a woman's foot? A sick, symbolic taunt that screams Epstein's twisted worldview. None of these photos show explicit misconduct or underage girls. The committee redacted faces to protect potential victims. But they scream proximity. These men weren't casual acquaintances. They were guests in Epstein's orbit on his jet, at his properties, in his world. And while none have been accused of criminal wrongdoing, the sheer volume of connections raises the same question that's haunted this story for years. How much did they know? How much did they ignore? How deep does the web go? The estate's lawyers handed over the hall with minimal redactions, just nudity blacked out, but warned some images might not even be from Epstein properties. Still, the committee's slow drip of disclosures has been torturous for survivors. Virginia Giuffre's estate, other accusers, and hundreds of victims are bracing for the DOJ's full file release next week under the Epstein Files Transparency Act. They've received no outreach from the department, no heads up on timing or scope. One survivor told CNN, "We relive the trauma every time new photos drop. We just want the truth, not more questions." Republicans accuse Democrats of weaponizing the photos for political gain. Democrats counter that the GOP is shielding powerful friends. But the truth is bigger than partisanship. Epstein didn't operate alone. He collected elites like trophies. Flight logs show Bill Clinton 26 times. Trump in the same social circles, Gates meeting him post-conviction, Bannon emailing about strategy, Woody Allen directing on the island, Prince Andrew settling lawsuits, Larry Summers resigning board in shame. The estate's photos are just the latest reminder this wasn't one predator. It was a system. As the DOJ deadline looms, the pressure is mounting. Will we finally see the full files, the videos, the names? Or will redactions and delays protect the powerful once again? Survivors deserve answers. The American people deserve the truth. And the world deserves to know how deep this darkness goes. Drop a candle emoji in the comments if you're praying for justice for every victim. Smash like if you want the full files released now. And subscribe, because next week could be the moment the Epstein web finally unravels. See you in the next one. Stay vigilant. Stay angry. The truth matters.